Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a 1/6 scale figure. This is the Halloween Michael Myers from Trick or Treat Studios. This figure was released in 2020, and this this Michael Myers is from the 1978 movie. Right now we're just getting a good view of the box. Has really nice cover art. As you can see, the back of the box here. This box actually also opens in the front, which I will do here shortly when it comes back around. There we go. As you can see, there's a nice image if you want to pause that and zoom in, get a better view. Here's a little better picture of the figure. I'll take him off the stand. It's the figure in the box. Put him back on this turntable. What we're gonna do now is take the figure, unbox, the figure, take all the accessories out, and see what the figure comes with. Alrighty, folks, this is it. This is all that the figure comes with. It only comes with a spare hand. The paint detail actually on the hand is not too bad. Although I do gotta say that you'll see when I bring the figure out that the hands and the rest of the body looks a little bit darker than the neck of the figure. I mean, obviously we can't see the face because of the mask, but I don't know, I just kind of feel like the hands are a little bit too dark. But as you can see, this is actually for the knife. And the knife is made out of plastic, it's not metal. It is kind of sharp. It is a little bit fragile right here, so when putting the knife into the hand itself, I don't recommend that you push it in from anywhere up here so as to bend. You push it in from the end of this, and it slides in quite nicely. There is other figures to this line that I would be reviewing here in a couple weeks, but and some of them actually do. It's a little bit harder to put in, but this one's actually fairly easy. But yeah, this is it. This is the only thing that this figure comes with. As you can see, the big butcher knife with the wooden handle. The only thing that I really got to say with Trick or Treat Studios is they really missed out on a stand for this figure. I actually had to buy a stand on eBay, which I will show you here. This did not come with the figure, so I bought this custom. I had to ask the person that made the figure stand to put this background as to match the box. It looks a little weird right now because it has some plastic on it. I didn't want to scratch it. As you can see right here, it's starting to peel off here, but it says Michael Myers, and it has the Halloween pumpkin up front. Like I said, I bought this. It was only like 13 bucks online. The guy that did it for me, they were very nice. It came from China, actually. Very nice. I actually got custom for all the other figures that I got from Trick or Treat Studios because they don't actually include stands, which was a really big missed opportunity from them. As far as the price for this figure, I mean, yeah, this one was more expensive than the other figures, which I don't know why. Now, I do know that Hot Toys is getting ready to come out with Michael Myers figures, which I will be doing a comparison later on when figure comes out. But that being said, like I said, this is the only two things that the figure comes with, and this is bought separately so the figure can stand. What we're going to do now is get the figure and take a closer look. Alrighty, folks, this is the figure, Michael Myers himself. Michael Myers from the 1978 movie. Also, before I go any further, I do want to mention that I'm using a different backdrop on the light box. And I don't know if you guys like it or not. Please let me know in the comments down below if the black is a lot better than the white that I used to use. Or I can, switch them out and do both. But as for right now, let's take a look at the figure. We'll look at the face first, the mask actually. The mask is very nice, very nicely detailed. I have seen some people say that it needs a little bit of work, like maybe some, some backwash, black wash, and a little bit more detail. Also, I did notice that this figure does not have the hole on the side when Laurie Strode pokes him in the neck. But aside from that, this, the mask is a very great representation of the shape himself. And I like that you can see right through his eyes. You can't see him too good unless you really pay attention to him. But still, I like that detail they put in there. I mean, when he puts the mask on, it's not just black eyes. They're in the back, so you can see them, but they're hard to see. As far as the hair, it is not, obviously it's not, messy hair. It's just plastic. Let's go over the coveralls. I know a lot of people are going to have something to say about the coveralls. The color might be wrong. I know Trick or Treat Studios is actually doing an accessory set to where they're actually doing like a military green. So a lot of people don't realize this is there's been a big argument as to what color the coveralls were. Were they blue? Were they gray? Were they greenish? So yeah, I mean, it just really depends on what you really think. This one came with the blue. Like I said, Trick or Treat Studios is coming out with an accessory set where they give you different coveralls. I believe they're including a phone, and they're also doing that where he puts the sheet over himself with the glasses. They're actually including that as well. So let's go over the coveralls themselves. They do have a little flap here. Only one flap on this side. No flap on this side. He has a zipper right here. He has a button up here, which does not button. It's just, part of the look. And then underneath, he has a black shirt on. This is what I was talking about earlier. So his neck, I think it looks a little bit lighter in color than his hands do. But I think that I'm looking at it now, I want to say that's just because of the mask. And I do like how they actually weathered the mask down here because of the the sweat and the coveralls rubbing up against it. And as far as his hands go, they could have probably done a little bit better detail on the hands, on the nails. I mean, they put a little bit of veins in his hands, but I think they could have done a little bit better with the paint application and detail. Let's see. So his pockets, they do work. You can put your finger in the pockets of the coveralls on both sides. The back part of his coveralls also, they'll stretch. And as you can see here, the back of the mask is also wide, when it's not wide, but open to where he puts it on. As far as the boots go, I'm sorry, before I go further with the boots, he does have the pockets right here, which you can actually stick something in there as well. So as far as the boots go, they are combat boots from the military, which he did use in the movie, the green combat boots. And then the bottom of the boots are actually detailed as well. It looks like they did a lot more detail on the boots than they did in the hands, which it's kind of a missed opportunity, but still a great figure. I'm going to put him down right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over articulation. Alrighty, folks, so before we go over articulation, I do want to get the tape measure out. This figure stands a little over 12 inches. He's like 12 and a quarter, but he's 12 inches. So now going over articulation, you got 360 head spin. He has a single joint pivot at his head. There's no neck movement. There is no butterfly joint. His arm does move 360 degrees, but because of the coveralls, it does hinder it from spinning all the way around, but it does spin all the way around. As far as it going up, goes up to about there. It goes forward. Give me a second. There we go. There we go. Doesn't, for some reason, I think this figure's kind of, let me see if this one's, oh, there we go. They're actually both like that. It almost feels like there's like a hinge, no, not a hinge, like a ratchet in there. Anyway, so it doesn't go that far up. It goes to about there, and it does go back till about there until you can see that the coverall starts stretching. I do believe there is a double joint. No, there is not. There's only a single joint at the elbow, so it's only 90 degrees. And he does have a ball joint at the wrist, so 360, and he can go up and down. As far as a torso, it is a little bit rubberish in there. You can actually feel it, but there is no movement at the torso. As far as the waist, I'm pretty sure you can turn it 360, but because of the coveralls, it turns to about there, and it turns to about there. As far as the legs go, they go up to about there because of the coveralls, and it goes back to about there. That's not because of the coveralls, it's just staying right there. That's as far as back it goes. As far as going sideways, it goes up to about there. There's no movement at the thigh. Actually, yes, there is. Wow. So yes, there is actually a 360 movement at the thigh, but obviously, you won't be able to move it 360. And I do believe that the knee has a double joint. Yeah, there we go. And then as far as the ankle goes, because of his boot, there's really limited movement, but I do believe you can turn it 360 this way. And it just doesn't really move much else. I mean, it goes up to about there because it's stopping right there, and then it goes down to about there because it's stopping at the back, and same with the sides. So it hinders it a lot. There we go. Now, because this is the first figure I have done a review on as far as 1/6 scales, I won't be doing any comparisons, but I will do comparisons once I have more figures to review. All right, folks, there he is, Michael Myers from Trick or Treat Studios, the 1978 Michael Myers. Here he is on the stand, and I just went ahead and changed out the arm and put the knife and have him at a museum stand. I mean, what other stand can you really put him on, or pose can you put him on, if not the museum pose? That's pretty much how you most of the time see him in the movies anyway. So that being said, I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please subscribe, like, and share. If you have any questions, please comment down below. That being said, take care, and we'll see you on the next one.